Hi everyone, I am here today with day 6 of 30 for zippers, and today we're working on a second type of box pouch. I'm going to give it a few minutes for everybody to hop on, and I'm going to do my shares. But while I do that, I wanted to show you, today I'm using my Cricut Maker to cut out today's pouch. So I'm going to let you watch it work for just a minute while I do my shares, and then we'll get started. Let me get it so you can see here. Right now, it's just drawing on the marks. So let me do my shares. I'm just sharing, and then we will get started. While you're watching that, just check on in and tell me where you're at and what's going on with you, how you are doing today. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I'm having like technical computer difficulties today, so it's taking me a minute to get things worked out. It is not doing what I wanted to do. Okay, here we go. So right now you're just watching my Cricut. It's cutting, right now it's actually drawing on the, stitch lines for the pouch that we're going to make today. Oh my gosh. Stuff is not working for me today, guys. I'm just doing my shares really quick, and then we're going to get started. I've already cut one, so you don't have to watch it do the whole thing. But right now, it's just it's marking it with the pen, and then now I think it's done with that. It's going to think, and it's going to start cutting here any second now. So this is my Cricut Maker. We're using it today to cut out. Oh, here goes the cutting. So now it's switching over to the blade, and it's going to cut it out. So I won't make you watch the whole thing. It's just kind of fun to watch and see. It's thinking. Hold on. Sometimes it needs okay, there it goes. This is kind of a loud machine, so I'm trying not to talk too much over it. It's just going to cut them really quick. And alright, I'm going to let it do the cutting, so you don't have to, hi Vicki, you don't have to watch it do all the cutting, but today I am doing, the pattern is on the Cricut Design Space, so I've linked it in the description of this, good morning Pamela, in the description of this post you can find all the supplies and everything, and if you scroll down to day 6, it'll be everything I've used today, including the maker and all of the supplies that we need for today's bag. But so I've already actually done the cutting. I just wanted to show you. Thanks, Nicole. I just wanted to show you how it cuts. It's kind of fun, and I love it. So you can see here's one that's already done, and it's cut. It has a washable marker that it's used to cut it out. And the thing I love about the Maker, if you're new, is it has these little things to line up. Let me start the other side so we can get it all cut out. There's one more side to the pouch. Load it up. So what we've got is the 2 pieces, and I've linked the pattern in the blog post, but I will show you once we get going exactly how you could do this without having to have the Maker. It's possible. I don't have a pattern for it because, like I said yesterday, this isn't exactly my favorite way to do a box pouch, but I wanted to show you how to do it in case you were interested in doing it. So we've got these 2 pieces, and we've got the bottom piece. And this one's not going to have a lining. I'm not using the fusible fleece today. We're just going to do it as the Cricut directions say. So I actually haven't read the directions, but it doesn't have a lining. So I know that it doesn't have directions for a lining. So I've got my zipper here. I've got my 3 pieces, and we'll get started. Let me move my stuff out of the way here. It's gonna finish, so it'll be done in a second, and it won't be so loud. It's kind of a loud machine, louder than my old Cricut. So, all right. So the first step that we're gonna do, let me get this out of the way too. The first thing we're gonna do, oh, thanks. I know, Vicki, I love my maker. It's so fun. And it just makes it, like, I didn't have to do any cutting. Isn't it nice not to have to cut for these little projects? Especially if you have like an Etsy shop or something and you want to sell a bunch of things, then it's just, yeah, no fun to cut out a bunch of stuff. So you can just let it cut while you sew, and it's awesome. Okay, so the first step, and like I said, I didn't actually read the Cricut directions. I'm just doing it in the order that I want to do it, is I'm going to put the bottom piece, connect it to one of the sides. So it's got the little stitch lines for me already on there. Isn't that nice? So I'm just going to line up the markings here. See my two triangles? I'm going to line those up and clip this in place and just sew on the seam that it recommends. And then we'll do the same with the other side. So, this thing, like, hold on, it got all loosey-goosey. Oh, well, good. Thank you for doing that. There we go. Hold on. Hold on, let me screw this on. It got kind of crazy. It's wanting to fall apart on me. There we go. Okay. So the next step, the first step is just, we're gonna just sew this side on. And I've just got my 1/4 inch foot. I'm gonna sew this on. And then my second step, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So we've got that side attached. I'm going to attach the second side using my marks to line up the pieces. And using the line where it says to stitch, I'm going to give it a go here. So now we've got, that is all set. So this is what we've got. Now we've got this piece. We're ready to add our zipper. So again, this measured about 10 inches. So I cut the zipper to 8 inches and added fabric on either end. This is a lot of fabric, I just haven't trimmed it. So it's about, I like to have about 1 inch of fabric on either end. So it comes out to be 10 inches about. So now, it's also got it marked on here for us where the zipper is going to go, but that's a ton of fabric. I'm not actually going to use that much. But the good thing is this is washable, so the marker will wash right off, even if I don't use that seam that it told me to use. I'm a rebel, you guys. I'm a total rebel. I don't want to do what it tells me to do, right? Does anybody? I'm not a rule follower. So, okay, let me really quick show you this. So, it's done. It finished. Look at that. It's all, and now we have our second one all cut out. Isn't that fun? Yay! Donna, if you click on, in the description of this video, if you click on the link for my, for the blog post, and scroll down to day 6, I've got everything listed there. And then also on my blog, if you just search Cricut Maker, I've got a couple posts talking about it and how I use it for sewing. So it's super fun. It's my favorite, it's my new favorite toy. So I just adore it. Okay, now I put my zipper foot on. Let's see. Zipper, and remember, I'm kind of building up. So we've done all this in the past 5 days, so I'm not going too in depth, but the zipper foot is on, the needle's to the left, and the foot is to the right. So then we're just going to go ahead and attach our zipper. Remember, our pull will be in the middle. Oh, and I forgot to say, sorry, this fabric is, it's from the Arizona line by April Rhodes. I'm like totally obsessed with it, and I love everything April Rhodes. She's also also the dearest, sweetest girl that I've ever met. Lady, woman. She's not a girl. She's a woman. You can see this is April, and this is her Aurifil thread line that goes with this fabric and her new Arizona line. I think it's Arizona 2. Don't quote me on that. I'm not positive what it's called. But she's my favorite. Okay, so we've got the zipper sewn on to that side. Let's give it a quick top stitch while we're here. I like to do it this way. This would be really easy to add a lining to, like we've been doing for the past few days. Just cut the exact same, like you could sew this together and then trace this and cut this out again, or cut it out twice on your Cricut, cut the pattern out twice and sew it together, and then, you know, one will stuff and one will go on the outside. Okay, now we're going to add the zipper to the other side. Deanne, you can, I've linked the fabric as well in the post and the description of this video. There's a whole blog post where I talk about all the supplies I use for these, but you can find it on Etsy, probably Amazon. If you have a clothes shop that carries Art Gallery fabrics, you could probably find it on there. Art Gallery fabrics is some of my very favorite fabric to use. I just love the way it feels. It doesn't feel like any other fabric that is out there. It's just got a totally different hand than the rest of them. Some people don't like it. I've heard people who don't like it, but I love it. Okay. Good morning, Misty. All right, so we've got our zipper on both sides. I'm going to top stitch, so I'm going to flip it out and top stitch this one in place. It's going to be a little trickier because we've got a circle, so it's a little trickier. I'm going to have to, let's see if I can even make it happen. My brain just stopped working. See, I might have to come back and stop in the middle, start again, because this is not ideal. Maybe we should put the zipper on first. Maybe I should have read the directions. Good morning, Mary. Hi, Joyce. Let's see, we can make this work. We can make it work. Making sure my fabric is out of the way everywhere. Now I'm going to pull my foot out of the way. My pull, not my foot. This is totally not the cleanest way to do this, but I'm making it work. Okay. Now, okay. Is everybody having a freezing problem? It doesn't say that I have a bad connection. Hi, Angel. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. So we've got our zipper, and we've got it all top stitched. It's all ready to go. The next step, we're going to flip it out. It probably would have been easier to sew in the zipper first. Like I said, I didn't really look at the instructions. That's probably a great idea. You can do that. Oh, no freezing in Greenland. So maybe it might be your connection. So the next step, we're done with our zipper foot. We're ready to add in our 1/4 inch foot. Okay, Thank you, Shirley. Okay, so the next step, we're going to sew along this side. And luckily, we've already got the bottom sewn, so we don't have to do anything there. So we're just going to sew once down here and once down here. And you can see it's got those on up there for us. Thanks to our Cricut, it's already told us where to sew. So, and it shows us where to line up our tabs. So we're just going to sew down this side. I'm going to start at the zipper part, at the zipper side. Make sure I'm all lined up. Go straight down. And then I'm going to do that again on this side. I'm going to line it up, start on the zipper side, and sew down. So the next step, we've got both of our sides sewn and our zipper's open, remember? I'm going to just trim up, if I can find my scissors. Here they are. I'm just going to trim up these tabs that I created. And again, the tabs weren't in the on the Cricut post, but you know me now after this long, I have to have my tabs on my zipper. Just makes it look so much nicer. It's just my total preference. So, okay, so we've got it all squared up. The next step, and it's hard to see, I shouldn't have used a blue fabric. If you can see, oh, you can kind of see it. See how there's a light blue circle drawn on there? It's right there by my finger. It's easier to see when there's not a dark blue fabric. So that circle you're going to line up with this corner right here. The circle lines up. So we're basically doing what we did yesterday, but it's already cut for us, which makes it somewhat easier because it gives you a better idea of where you're going to be sewing. So we're going to line it up and it'll look like this. Okay? And then we're just going to sew a 1/4 inch, sew that in place. Hold on, my thread is all wonky. Let me see here. Did that go? Yeah. Let me just fix my machine here. It got angry at me. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Okay, so Deanne, yes, lots of people like this method. This method works totally fine and it works well. And if this is your first method you learn, you probably love it. And it probably is better than my method yesterday, but I really just got so used to doing my method from yesterday that I prefer it. And I kind of like to chop it off. So maybe that's just me being sick and twisted. I don't know. So we're going to do the same exact thing. We're just opening this up. But then again, if you know this method, then the other method doesn't seem so difficult because you're doing the same thing. You're opening it up, lying that corner flat. It's just there's less fabric in this method than in the other method. So we're going to open it up, lie it flat, and sew along. I'm just going to give it a little bit. Okay, so now we've got that one sewn in. And that's it. This is the whole thing. It's fantastic. So I've got lots of hanging threads today, so I'm going to have to go back through and trim those up. Okay. The thing I don't love about this method is I didn't have much control over these seams. Remember when we were working with our cork, we were able to line up the cork. And it's not as much control with this. So it's not, look at me being a perfectionist. It's not as perfect. This one turned out fine though. This side is all straight. And you can see you can still see the pen through it, but like I said, this is washable. So as soon as I wash it, that pen mark will be gone. And you can see, this is why we do our tabs. Isn't that so pretty on the top? So this one would be really nice with a lining. It would be really nice with a some stabilizer in there. And so, yeah, that is the box corners. The second method, it's a similar method, just a little bit different. I would definitely sew the zipper in first before you, I'm not going to show you that side anymore, before you do the bottom so that it's not so hard to top stitch, because that didn't work out so well for me. But hey, you know, I'm not perfect either. So we're doing this together, right? So in the description above, you can see the link for the blog post where I've got all 6 days, and I'll throw this video on there, day 6 on there. We've got a Facebook Live sewing group, which I will also throw a link into the comments here. Make sure and share this to your wall so you can find us again, and you can turn on notifications for next time. And any suggestions for what you want moving forward? I haven't decided. I haven't decided what we're doing tomorrow, but maybe we'll do, I know some people really wanted to do an invisible zipper, and Deanne wants to do a separating zipper. I'll have to think on some projects for those things, and we'll get back at it tomorrow. Leave me your suggestions for tomorrow, and we'll get started on something else. I don't plan to make bags all month, but I do want to make lots of bags so that we can donate them, because I'm planning to stuff them and donate them to the Ronald McDonald House. So that's why I'm making so many bags. And it's a great way to learn the zipper. It gets you really comfortable. Hi, Mary. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you're here. Follow along with us every day at 10 a.m. Central Time is where I'm at. So yeah, make sure you share this. Go to the blog post so you can find all the other ones. Pin that. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks, Cindy. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Leave me your suggestions and any questions, and I will get to them. I always try and get to them, but Facebook is kind of weird, and doesn't, like, it hides comments. So, like, I may look at it and see comments and reply to them, and then, like, an hour later I'll look and it's, like, all new comments. So, yeah, just, you can tag me if you have a question and I haven't answered it. Just tag me and I'll try and get to it. So, thank you, Melody. I am glad you're here, and I'm glad it was helpful, and we'll get back at it tomorrow. We'll see you guys.